Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. I love it here. And I want to give a hand for the Just for Laughs crew here that does an amazing job pulling this together and doing this whole production. I really appreciate them. Before the show, I actually gave them each a Starbucks gift card. I mean, they have no value because I just picked them up off the display counter, but if you could have seen the smiles on their faces, just pull you. So my father was an alcoholic and very big and angry, but he coached me in sports, so I might be the worst athlete in history. So now I have a 6-year-old son, and I decided I'm not gonna have him play sports. That's not gonna be part of his life. So sure enough, he signed up for every sport he could play, and guess who's the next Wayne Gretzky? He's the best athlete you've ever seen in his life. And now I'm in the backyard with him the other day, and we're playing catch, and he's throwing me the ball, and I keep dropping it, and then eventually he goes, "Dad, you suck." And I said, "Oh, good to see I'm raising my dad. When do you think you'll start drinking and hitting me, son?" And I would never hit my son. Let me just say that right now. I will never hit my son, but I would love to hit my son. But I won't because it's bad. And the other day, he's jumping up and down on this glass coffee table in our living room, and my first instinct was to punch him in the face because I was afraid he was going to hurt himself. Instead, I just took a breath and I said, all right, how can I channel this energy in a more positive direction? So I said, Owen, if that glass breaks, you're going to cut your whole face up, and you're never going to get any poontang. And he got that. He got that, and I think that's the key to good parenting. You reach out, you find a way to connect. I've gotten old recently. You know, you don't think you're getting old, and then in a year you get old really fast. Like, my eyesight has gone very quickly. And I've never been a huge believer in God, but then something happened. At the same time that my eyesight started going, my wife grew her first chin whisker. And I said, maybe there's somebody up there, and he's trying to keep us together. As I get more annoying, her hearing is starting to fade. It's like, you ever see that old couple shuffling down the street? They're going like 1 mile an hour, and you're like, oh, that's so cute. No, her hip went out. He's got a bad knee. That's the only way they can walk upright anymore. They're just trying to get to the finish line at this point. The other way I can tell that I'm getting old is my choice of porn is very different. When I was young, I wanted porn. Show me the sex. I don't want any story. I don't want any talking, just sex. Now that I'm 41, I kind of want to know the story. Hey, how'd these two meet? Are they in love? It's very hard as a man because we are very horny, and it's amazing to me. Women will still get breast implants and then put sparkly stuff on their cleavage and, you know, a snake tattoo on their lower back. It's like, okay, you win. You figured us out. You cracked the code. It doesn't really take that much. Men pretty much just are born to want to mash our genitals until they explode. That's pretty much it. That's our first priority. Our second priority is like food and shelter, and it's like way down here. But you still see women that are like that, and I'm just glad because I basically have gotten to the point where you have so many orgasms as a young man, and they're meaningless. I mean, what are you doing? I've had 2 meaningful orgasms in my life. I have 2 children. All the rest, complete waste of time. Just a rehearsal. Just practicing for about 30 years. And then you finally find the right person, and it's like, okay, we're really gonna do this. You know, I'm gonna make love to my wife for real. We're gonna make a baby, you know, and it's pretty intense. It's like I'm looking my wife in the eyes, and she's looking at me, and I'm like, wow, this is it, you know? We're really gonna do this. And it's scary. All of a sudden, I was just like, you know when you see a fan and you wanna put your finger in the fan, and you're like, what are you doing? Don't put your finger in the fan. No, but I wanna put my finger in the fan. No, that's stupid. And then we just start to make love, and it was the most beautiful thing in the world. It's real, you know, it just transcends everything, and it's scary. But so anyway, we have two beautiful kids, and this is the worst fucking set I've ever had in my life, I'd say, in about 10 years. I hate to break up the flow of my set, but this is really shitting the bed right now. All right, let's talk about something entirely different. All right, I'm from the United States of America. I know you guys have a hard time with that. I'm sorry. we suck. We're just a bad country at this point because we've got liberals and we've got conservatives and nobody agrees. It's like basically we have the death penalty in our country, but we're not really going to use it until somebody can develop some kind of a solar-powered electric chair. Just a guy in a field in a chair with a panel over his head. Dude, when them clouds roll out, you're a dead man. And part of the problem is that our country is wealthy and we don't deal with it very well. Like if you want to know the difference between a poor country and a rich country, look at how much water they have, you know? If you're poor, you got no water. In our country, we got so much water, it's just people are having fun with it. We have fountains on the front yard and sprinklers. In the backyard, there's a pool, which is just a big collection of water that you don't even need. Yeah, we just splash around. It's silly. It's fun. And then you go to a rich person's shower. There's not one shower head. There's like 9. You don't even have to move. You just stand there, and it hits you from every angle. Both your pits, your face, your taint strip, everything's getting washed. And then steam is blowing in because that's not enough water. I need more. Then you get out and you take a nap on your waterbed. And if you're lucky, you drown. That's the only way to really die if you're rich. Just to have so much water you cannot even breathe any longer. And poor people have no water. They don't have it. Like in New York City, where I grew up, there's like, poor people come out with wrenches in the summer and they crank the fire hydrants to spray the water, and then the cops come and beat the crap out of them because that's not their water. And if they start to get organized and rise up like they did in the 1960s, what do? Get the fire hoses and just start blasting it at the poor people. Just knock them down. It ain't getting any fucking better, is it, this set? Yeah. Put me on after the 2 guys with the coats and then have Mendoza killed. Then put Fitzsimmons on. My first applause break is referencing 2 other acts on the show. All right, no, I'm going to go long. Fuck this. That first part of the set was really bad, Howie. I'm going to need an extra 4 minutes. All right, I got it. Howie Mandel, who's a phenomenal comic, and I really enjoyed tonight. But I have to say, and deal or no deal may not be one of the things that's making the rest of the world love America that much. It's a lot of really overweight, dumb Americans standing on stage, turning down more money than they'll ever see in the rest of their lives. No deal! I want more! And their families standing there with giant McDonald's cups going, "Good job, Daddy. You deserve more." And then there's just 26 bulimic coke whores holding suitcases stuffed with cash. And now they're pretending that they can act. They open the briefcase and they go like this. Or if it's a bad thing, then they go. And I think if they screw you, if they give you a bad number, you should be able to go up on that stage and have your way with them during the commercial break. It's the only way to make it fair. You come out of commercial, one of them's just walking off, her hair's a little bit tousled. But I think it's really, I think if you want to make the show really resound in the rest of the world, replace the Coke whores with just 26 starving third world children, just distended bellies, flies on their heads, holding the suitcases, and just look at the sadness on their faces as these morons turn down all that money. I could have fed the whole village for a year. Now, I'm not a good person, I know that. I'm trying to be a better person. The other day I hated somebody in 3 words, and that's really a record, I think. 2 guys are talking, and all I hear the guy say to his friend is, "You know me." And I was like, "Yep, and I hate you." Because who says that? You know me. It's like, yeah, we all know you. You are just such a character. You are just a shining example of you. I wish I knew me the way you knew you. You douche. Oh, that's actually French for shower. I just called him a shower, which probably not even a curse word in this country. It's funny because I've spent many years in the United States, feeling like I've been dumbing my act down, and then now the crowds up here are really smart, and I realize I've actually been performing at the top of my game this whole time. But I love it here. I do. I love that the women are absolutely astoundingly beautiful here. And the men, really, you guys kind of look like faggots. A lot of you. It's like 3/4 length pants and sandals and mohawks and, take it up a notch, fellas. And the women are beautiful, and they're naturally beautiful. It's not like, I live in Los Angeles where it's just all breast implants and lip implants, and men have penis implants. And all I can picture is like in 1,000 years when archaeologists are digging up what was Los Angeles. Everything will have decomposed except for the lips and the penises and the breasts. People are like, what the hell was this place? Just a big sex toy shop on the beach? Look at that, a penis right near a lip. I bet they knew each other. And if you're gonna get the implants, don't get them so big that your skin is about to explode and shoot them across the room. Like, I've been in some strip clubs here, and it's always like one blue vein on the side of the breast that's just going and the nipples are like, get us out of here! Why is everybody staring? I'm cold. I want to go back inside. There's no room. There is a lot of sex shops here, and they're everywhere. You know, in Los Angeles, they've gotten rid of them. Like, it's illegal now to have a strip club anywhere near a church or a school. Like, somehow when men are inside, they're getting so worked up, they're out of control. Like, watch out. They're coming out the front door like, pants down. Rah! Kids diving into bushes. Rah! And that's not how a man leaves a strip club. You ever see a guy leave a strip club? It's like, God, I hope nobody sees me. All right, let me end with this next joke, and thank you for letting me turn this set around, because halfway through I was like, wow, that in 18 years may be the worst TV spot I did. But now the editors have a long night ahead of them piecing the shit out and taking the good stuff and putting it in, but fuck them, that's their job. I'll be out drinking. So let me just end by saying I'm completely in love with my wife. I was very lucky. I know my wife's the right one for me because, first of all, when you're a parent, you don't have sex at night. That's for single people. When you're a parent, at the end of the day, you're exhausted. You're covered in fecal waste and vomit, and you're generally not speaking to each other. Just get into bed and you hope you die. But then in the morning when I wake up, that's when I'll throw a move. You know, like I sleep with my wife in the spoons position, right? How do you say it? I don't know. La spoon, la pillage, la cuillage, la cuillère, la cuillère. So I'm holding my wife in the and then I'll wake up before everybody else, and if nobody's awake, then I'll just kind of knock on the back door. Let's see if anybody's home. And then if she pushes back, then it's on. Nobody says a word, nobody's eyes open, and that is the position you begin making love. And you don't spin around and face each other with that nasty morning breath. You keep your face over there, I'll keep mine back here. This is just fine. There's a mirror on the wall. I'm on one arm going like, yeah, look at you, huh? 10 minutes later, my daughter starts crying from the next room, so my wife goes to get up, but she doesn't realize I'm right near the finish line. Need her for a couple minutes, so I'm kind of hanging on to her. You know, and she's squirming like a cat, but I got her pretty good, you know. Put the leg over the top, and finally she just makes a fist, reaches back and punches me and jumps up. I cry myself back to sleep. The next morning, I'm holding her again in the spoons. Knocking. Nobody's home. And then she farted. And I didn't smell it or hear it or anything gross. It was just like a hot breath on my crotch. And I hope I can leave you on that thought. Thank you so much. Good night, everybody.
Craig Fitzsimmons. Craig, come on, take a bow. You brought it back. That's great. Wow.
Where we go to church on Sundays, church on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursday, Friday, funerals on Saturdays, and back to church on Sundays.
Because Americans are always saying things that there's not that much proof for. You hear us say things like, we're number one.